Okay, here we are once again for the recording of the assignment number 5. Actually, this is the final assignment for the module 5 of the Foundations in Teaching English Online. In this instance, I have to analyze two different lesson plans. I am going to start with lesson plan number 1. This lesson plan, I could see some things that I would like to comment. The first one is that we don't have the age of the student. We don't know if it's an older person, if it's a young learner, if it's a teenager. We have the time of the class, which is good information. We have the level of the student, but because of the lesson topic, I could infer that we are talking about a young person. I like the fact that the teacher, highlighted the skills that she is going to be working during the class, which is reading and speaking. The lesson objective was also good. It was like short, but it was good because she used an action verb, simulate. The student will be able to simulate a college application interview. So it's a good lesson objective. She will not be using any materials or any kind of technological things during the class, which is a bit odd since reading is one of the skills that she will be working during class. But anyway, she has a pre-class task, which is the student reading an article about a college interview questions. She doesn't have any other kind of activity for this article, just reading the article. So I assumed that she was going to work with that article during the synchronous meeting with the student. Well, when they had the synchronous meeting, the student logged in and said hello. That happened in 1 minute, and the teacher just began speaking about her college interview. So I felt like the teacher missed in having some warm-up activity, receiving the student in a warmed way, like the student said hi, the teacher said hi. Okay, so in my college interview, that's the impression I got from the lesson plan, which in my opinion is not a very good way to begin a class. It's very robotic, a little bit cold with the student, but it depends on the culture too, because the student, the first language in Mandarin Chinese, so maybe they are not very talkative. They don't like to spend a lot of time of the class speaking about themselves. So maybe that's because the teacher was so direct into the topic of the class. But the teacher was talking about her college interview, and then she asks the student, here she makes a mistake because she has only one student, so it's not students, it's student, what kind of questions she might have. And she writes the questions on the board. Here it's like what she did with the questions. She worked with the questions or not. And that's like missing information about this. She put student teacher interaction, but it's like the students said what were the questions, but I didn't see really an interaction from the student with the teacher. Then she said, student will listen to the teacher read an article. I think this is a weakness to the lesson plan, because this is an opportunity that the teacher could use for the student to read the article and practice the pronunciation. and intonation also. And she lost the opportunity because she read the article. And then the teacher asked questions about what again, she made a mistake because she used he, and the student is she, I think, because before she used she, might have. What she or he, I don't know, did not understand. Well, then they role play a college interview, which is good because in this way the student can have the opportunity to engage in the situation and participate actively in the situation, which I imagine maybe she's getting ready for. And the closing of the class, the teacher asks if there are any questions. This is not a very good way to close the class because probably the student will say no, because this is like an open question. So the teacher should be a little bit more specific with the question, like make some more direct question to the students. So this is my analysis of lesson plan number 1.